Dave from Ultimate Builder, in association with DPM Brickwork. We're in Southport today, and I'm not doing a full day as such. I am doing a survey on some remedial work with our old friend the Arbortech masonry saw. So I'm going to show you a demo on that. And the reason for using this on this job is this property. It's quite a large property. As you can see, a lot of the brickwork, they're old imperial clay bricks that are very porous, and faces on a lot of them have blown in certain places. So we are going to take a couple out or several out and see if they're doable to reverse round and put the bad side inside and use the good face of them on the external again. So this one's coming out here, as you can see. So we'll take that out with the Arbortech, and we'll just take, as you know, a select few out and just calculate how easy they come out, what they look like, and then we can work out an estimate for the, as you can see, the rest of it. So the Arbortech, this is a reciprocating even masonry saw, dust extraction on it. There's various blades for it. These are called plunge blades. As you can see, they have there's two blades that work in tandem against each other at quite a high velocity. You can see those tungsten carbide tips, tungsten carbide tipped teeth. The blades are actually very expensive because that's where it's taking the most hammer, really. These will cut through blockwork. Apparently they'll cut through brick as well, but personally I'd you know, unless you really had to, I'd use a steel saw or something for that. But today we're cutting through the joints. Like I've just done that one there to remove the bad blown faces on the brick, and as you can see, that one there once coming out. It's just to time it really, to see how long it takes, so I can then gauge how long it's going to take to do the whole lot. So as you can see, that makes light work of taking these out individually, and the idea being we can then clean that out. Clean that out and see whether we can return that round. By the looks of it, probably not going to be able to. So now I'm going to start putting them back in. So I've just put this one in here. Now when you're doing any of this sort of work, patching, it's pretty much impossible to get your mortar packed in without making a right mess. So all you can do is put as much in as you can without it spewing out everywhere. So you're going to be left with empty joints, which isn't a bad thing, because then this is your friend, the old blue slate routine. Yeah, so you get some slate, some old bits of old slate, usually a bit cheap from doing that down there. Bits of slate cheap from roofing merchants. Sometimes they give them you the broke. I've got a bit of tiling there as well. Anything that's non-compressible like tile or slate. And the good thing with slate is you can get it really thin like that, the edge. And what that is good for is, if you've already got a thicker piece in there, the brick, you can just wedge that in. You can actually just use another piece of slate to wedge. So, trowel, pointing trowel. Now what I do is, when I'm pointing up, whether it's using my lane trowel or my handboard, just make a nice flat sort of pate, if you like, on the trowel like that, about 10mm thick or whatever. Just get it to a little edge on one edge, and then little tip, just get your pointing trowel, just take a piece off like that. See? And now I'm going to actually put it into the joint and push it in and push it away from myself like this. Yeah, and just a little flick. Again. Take that bit off. Sometimes it'll fall off. Push it in, flick it in. Again, push it in. See how you get a nice neat, when you give that little flick, you know when the joint's full, because it'll tend to stick out. Look, see this front bit. It's what's called strike the joint now. See, this is where it's useful if your pointing trowel's rounded. All I want to do, I don't want to press too far in. Just strike that joint, yeah. Take a bit of care on external corners like that. Just cut that excess off. Done. Don't mess about trying to do this, because you end up scraping it out. That's what people do, make the mistake of doing. Same there, line your trowel up, strike it, strike it just slightly in at the top to give what's called the weather struck joints. That's one done. Like 4 millionths to go. Quick round up. The time is now getting for 3, I think. Is it? Let's have a look. 20 to 3. So I've had what? A couple of about 3 hours. That's it. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 there, taken out and re-put back in. 5, I've just left that one exposed to show the client. About slating up and stuff. These won't coming out anyway. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in that space of that time. Quite steady pace. 16 in the space of that time. At a steady pace. So now I can work out an average of the area, and then take some of these pictures now and work out the average and see how long it'll take. Right, get back to you. Thanks for joining, please subscribe.
Awesome.